Once again to the other series of our discussion, political foundation to political economy. So once again, Prof. Linus. So let's get down to business. So today we'll be discussing about theoretical perspective to political economy. That's another course outline, and also mode of production. Also, so when we talk about theories now, we can look it as a scientific tool, or can look it as the the measure that is taken by theories, mostly philosophers. When I'm referring it now, social science now, philosophers that are used to explain the behavior, the attitude, and the actions of people, or that are also used to justify a cause in social science. Now, we can term that as theory or theories. Okay. So it means that under this political economy, we have three fundamental theories that have been propounded by different theories and philosophers. Okay. So if you are new to our channel, welcome to the family. Do well to hit that subscription button. I'm looking at it. Have you hit it yet? Okay. And also like and share this video to your friend who will be offering political science in university. Okay, so we have the perspective of political economy. And the first one is the liberal or bourgeoisie perspective. The other one is called the neoliberal and bourgeoisie perspective, and the last one is the radical perspective. So these perspectives are different perspectives that are given to us by different scholars who had different opinion on the theories of political economy. Now, for the liberal and bourgeoisie perspective, now this perspective is in line with the capitalist perspective. Why? Because the word here, bourgeoisie, means the owner of the means of production or the employer, people that give out work to people to work for them in exchange of what? Of money. That's the meaning of bourgeoisie. Okay. Now the liberal slash bourgeoisie perspective. Now these people are the theories under this they are the theorists under this theory, and they had their own perspective. The Adam Smith, David Ricardo, Mayan Keynes. Now, they all believe that and all give their opinion that the economy should be free and that government should not be involved in any economic activity in the society. That government should withdraw all their involvement in the economic activity, and they should allow private individuals to take charge, control, manage the means of the economy and the economy at large. Now, they are trying to say that if this happen, that private individuals should have the autonomy and should be free, independent for them to be able to carry out production activities, and that the prices of goods and services rather should not be based on government but rather on the invisible hands of demand and supply. So he's trying to give ownership of the economy and the means of the economy to who? Private individuals. Now they are giving their opinion to say that government should not be involved at all, even at the bare minimum. There should not be. They should just be focused on ruling the people, while the economic activity should be given to private individuals, so for them to apply their private initiative, for them to use this initiative to to improve the economy. Now they even stated that even when the economies are disequilibrium, meaning the economy is not going the way it's supposed to be, that the economy has what it takes for it to return back to what to stability and equilibrium. So these people believe that the means of the economy and the economic production of goods and services and all economic activities should be left to private individuals for them to supervise, for them to manage and control them in the society. Now that's their own perspective. That is called liberal. Liberal means free, freedom, or bourgeoisie are people who are owner of the means of the economy perspective. Okay. Now, after that perspective, the period of recession, whereby there is an economic declination, meaning that the economy is not going smoothly, it's not going the way it's supposed to be. Instead, economic activity is depressing and going down, and there's can also lead to chaos also in society. So during this period of time, there are also some scholars that start to argue the perspective of the liberal and bourgeoisie perspective, in the sense that they're not saying that okay, now since we have this economic recession, is there any possibility that the government can come into effect? Perhaps is there any way that government can be involved to make sure that we have economic stability? So a former member of a former theorist or a theorist that was in liberal perspective as the person of Maynard Keynes, he opted and gave his own opinion as another perspective. So the word neo liberal here means after liberal perspective. It means that governments should be involved in the economy activity of the state, but at a bar minimum, meaning they should not be involved fully, but at some activities in the society. Now, they further stress that government should be involved in activities such as monetary slash fiscal policy, meaning that when it comes to money, when it comes to the distribution of money, production of money, the use of money to control inflation and other economic setback in society, that should be the duty of the government. Meaning government should use their influence power to be able to control the budget, the money of the people, so that the people are going to have a good and comfortable life in the society, so that the country too should not return back to recession or should not fall under economic depression. Okay. Now, another thing that they also agree that government should do if they are participating in the economic activities, that government should also provide what we call social security, social amenities, those things that make life comfortable for people, like good electricity, we can have good health care, we can have standard education, we can have good road. Now all these things are what we call social security. Those things that help to to skyrocket the economic activity, they help to build the economic activity. Those things that assist people, producers, to produce more goods and services, and so to give them an upper hand, or to give them not an upper hand, to give them a good hand in the production of goods and services. Now, why government is doing these things, the other economic activity in the country should, in society or country, should be practically handled and controlled by private individual. So that's the theory behind neoliberal perspective. So we also have the radical perspective. Radical perspective. Now this perspective is the opposite to liberal perspective. Now this perspective argues that okay, now since in the social contract, whereby is the agreement that is signed between the government and the people, and the people with themselves on how the country is going to be ruled and governed. And government has signed an agreement with the people on one. So if that has happened, it means that government has the full authority from the people to be able to give in rules and regulation and control all societal activities in the society. Now it means that the radical theorists with their own perspective, now they argue that government should take full control, that's absolute control of the means of the economy in the society. That's an argument that government should be charged and responsible for controlling all the economic activity, meaning that government should be the one to state the goods that to be produced and the price for them to be produced, and government should be the one to give out these goods and services to the people. Now, one thing about this is that there is going to be a subsidized amount or rate at which government will give these people to buy goods and services. So all these are known as the theoretical perspective to political foundation. And under this radical perspective, you have people like Kamas, you have people like Frederick Engel, Angel. So these are under the radical perspective. Now, this one is in line with capitalism. This one is in line with communism, which we'll talk about here under the mode of production. Now, if you remember in the last video, we discussed the mode of production as one of the concepts to political economy. So it means that mode of production is an historical economic system that are employed or used by people in an era. So in different era, people have been able to use different economy system. So all these that we are seeing here, they are all economy system that have been practicalized and been used by people in different segments or section. So the first one we have here is the communal era, which we can also call communalism. So in the communal era, now what's meaning of communalism now? It means uh the sharing of properties among people in a society. It's an economic system whereby people come together and share their goods and services among themselves. So the state is practically the one that also help to what do this sharing of goods and services. Now, in communalism, people live as one. So there seems to be equal. It is called an egalitarian system whereby they all have equal rights, they all have equal opportunities, they all are all living together in peace and unity. Now, this again can also be linked to the what? The primitive era. In the primitive era, they have been able to uh, use what we call communal mode of production, whereby there's equal sharing of goods and services, of properties, or anything you have in society that can benefit people in your society. It's called the what? The communal mode of production. Now, but uh, something happened that made this mode of production to change to slave owning. So during this period, some group of people went ahead and found stone. So in the stone era or stone age, now this stone was found, and since stone was found, we now have the introduction of uh goldsmiths, whereby the goldsmiths are now the one that we form that now form weapons. Can be arrow and sword and anything that can be used to harness or conquer another country. So the stone era changes the communal mode of production. Why? Because some countries now become powerful since they have upper advantage. They have sword, they have arrow, they have bows, and the rest they can be able to use to control another country. So they make use of these things to dominate and control another country and subject them under them. And it's now known as the slave owning mode of production. So this is the period of time where human beings are commodified. I mean, human beings are used as a means of exchange, of getting wealth, and of using them to satisfy a want in a society. So this period of time, human beings are sold as slaves. They are sold as slaves to where they are needed, either in the plantation business or either in domestic business or other international markets. So they are sold in exchange of what? Of money. So due to the exploitation of humans, so people now rose up and fought against this, and we now have the feudal mode of production which we can also call feudalism. So this means land ownership. So in this period of time, now the slight difference between this and this is that under this is very funny. Now under feudalism, slave were not commodified, meaning slave were not used as means of getting money, but rather the lord, the kings, now give their land to people who are called serfs, are known as slave. So there are servants, sorry, it's known as servants. So servants who work for their master in exchange of what? Of land. So this is where we now have land ownership that take place. So land become one of the most dominant means of possession then. So now this servant to work for the land that has been given to repay back to the feudal lord. So basically speaking, this self is just working to get ends means, meaning just to survive. What is even gaining from the farm or from the land given to him is not up to feed himself and the family. So this system, under this era, people were also treated badly and poorly. They were cheated to say because they were given the land and they have to work on the land and give 99 of what they own back to their lord and just 1% to themselves. So it's crazy. It does not worth working for because there's nothing there for you to benefit. So you have we also have capitalism. So capitalism happens during the industrial revolution. So industrial revolution rather is a period of time where there's the beginning that's the beginning of industries whereby industries are produced or established or created to produce goods to produce goods like turning raw materials into finished goods and to sell to people also. During this time, we now have what we call what? Capitalism. So capitalism is an economic system whereby the means of production are handled, controlled, supervised by private individuals. Now, in capitalism, it does not have a human face in the sense that a capitalist is strictly involved in making profits. His own aim, his own agenda, his own mindset is to make profit. So anything not related to profit is not interested. So he himself is very focused on making profits under capitalism. So in that process, does not mind if people are underpaid, if people are misused, if people are not treated properly, does not mind. His own is that he will give you a token in exchange for what? For the services that you have given. So under capitalism now, we have the bourgeoisie who are the owner of the means of production. We have the what we call the proletarians. So these are people who are workers or employee in capitalist system. Now, due to the unfair treatment given to laborers, so they rose up and they rebel against capitalism, and we now have socialism. Remember that the father of capitalism is Adam Smith. Take note. Socialism now is now the opposite of capitalism, just like radical perspective is the opposite of what? Of liberal perspective. So socialism now is now deals with state ownership of the means of goods and production, meaning that the state itself is in charge of making sure that goods and services are produced in the society. If you could notice now, the most two popular mode of production that we have now, either the capitalism mode of production or socialist or communism now in our modern society. So, but because of some of the lapses in socialism, people now opted and prefer to be under communism. Now, communism is the highest stage of good living of the people in society, because in communism, they are returning back to the word primitive stage, whereby them themselves will be able to take care of themselves in the society. There will be no rulers over them. There will be no king. They will be able to come together, put their properties together, trade together, and for them to have a free society without laws, orders, and without laws and orders. But if you look at this now, communism now is good to be practiced, but uh, scientists, philosophers, and theorists have argued that this mode of production or economic system cannot be practiced. Why? Because we must have rules and regulation. We must have rulers who will preside, control, and govern over us. Okay. So I've been able to explain theoretical perspective to political economy, and also I've been able to explain the mode of production under political economy. Take note, the father of socialism is Karl Marx. So we have come to the end of this video. If you have any questions, do well to ask in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe. If you subscribe, it's going to encourage us to continue giving you what you are seeing. It's going to help in making the video to be well known among people, for them to also gain what you're also gaining from the video also. Thank you. I remain the one and only Prof. Linus.